So Ramuji is saying, someone says in the military, no thinking person is taken, okay? Only who obeys without thinking. So when the command comes left, right, etc., if one questions, why should I turn left? Okay. Okay, Surendraji, even while driving, that part context, even while driving, what? Not thinking, you mean?
Phone.
Huh?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, you were talking, constantly busy talking on the phone.
Oh, I see. even on the phone, even while driving. It appears, even also, I've also done that in the US when I had a car. I've not done it here. This car driving, it's it's my artwork. This is my artwork because why can't you talk smooth driving, highway, whatever it is, and then nothing else to do? You can at least talk to somebody. That's the idea you get, and everything works well. Everything works well until things don't work well.
Listening to music also while driving, that also diverts your attention.
So it's a very tricky situation. Very tricky. That to highways. At least see in Indian roads and all, it's difficult to sleep. Sleeping on the road is not possible unless you go on a highway, long stretch. That 10-minute, 15-minute stretch you need for the body to kind of doze off. Correct. Otherwise, you can't. Typical Indian roads, there's no chance anybody can sleep. Local roads, I mean. So there's no problem. But anywhere, I suppose it's true. But this highways and all, risk, high risk. To long distance driving. Yeah, maybe, in fact, maybe it's better to talk on the phone in such cases. I don't know. We used to say, hey, if you're sleepy, just please open the window, just smell some fresh air, or stop somewhere. Stop. Where just rest. If you have to sleep, just sleep. Yeah, that's a tough one. Tough one. One of my classmates in the US, he slept on the wheel. Radha. And that's it. He didn't pass away. His parents and all, some mother passed away or something like that. And others got injured. He got injured and he became a paraplegic. That's it. From that day onwards, bound to the chair. And I don't know. I need to ask where he is, what he's doing, etc. Too dangerous. Too dangerous. Yeah. Any other questions? Good. So we will stop with that.
Yukumaji, just one question.
Mm.
So because we talked about ahankara here, I was actually looking at Ramuji's question also. So there is a relation between ahankara, the I consciousness, and the body, which is born out of karma, right? That's so as long as prarabdha karma there, that relation does exist. So ahankara, when the question is like ahankara, whether it stops or something. So because of prarabdha karma, it continues. But when can we say that it is the sakshi freed from ahankara or ahankara freed from sakshi? I think it is sakshi freed from ahankara. Is that correct?
See, if you say sakshi is equal to purusha is equal to Brahma, then there is no need for Brahma to be freed from anybody because Brahma is not bound by anything. Everything is. What The only entity that is bound has to be freed. So who is bound, if you ask? Who is bound? Ankara is bound. Ankara is bound. That person who has the sense of I. Sense of I. Atma doesn't have a sense of I, right? Only Anatma can have a sense of I. And here the Anatma is referring not even to the body. Body doesn't have a sense of I at all. Mind also cannot have a sense of I. And mind also is Jadam. For this combination called Ahankara, that person is critical. Also Chidabhasa. Sometimes the word Chidabhasa is used for Ahankara. Fine, because Chit is important. To be aware and conscious. But conscious and from that consciousness, a wrong conclusion is made. And so that entity Ahankara says I am bound, then Ahankara can also say I am not bound. Both two options are there. And so that's how I look at it.
Thank you.
Unfortunately, it is not a real binding. There is no real physical separation that needs to be done. And therefore, I can recognize who I am and allow that Mishra to continue. Allow the Mishra to, because anyway, I can't disallow it anyway. And so allow it to continue. So that is Jivan Mukti. Allowing things to continue and still. Anyway, that's good. Yeah, Haraprasadji, go ahead.
Mahodaya, why is Kunti is called Pruta?
Oh, why is Kunti called Prutha? Kunti is not called, is she called Prutha?
Yeah, because Parthaya is
Yeah.
son of, yeah.
She's called Prutha, correct. She's called Prutha. Why she's called Prutha? Was that her name or something some time ago, in addition to Kunti?
I think her father's name is Prithu, so Jaykumarji, Prithu.
Father's is Prithu.
Yeah, and then Kunti Bhoja, I think, reared her.
Okay.
So Kunti Bhoja was her foster father.
Okay. So therefore, that's right. So because her father was Prithu, he got called Prutha. Prutha. And there is, I don't know what is the etymology. It was just called like, just giving the same name as the father or mother. Right? And so that's the reason, I think, Haraprasad.
Partha is just the son of Pruta.
Yeah, Partha etymologically we can derive. Prutayaha apatyam puman. R becomes R. It's called Vriddhi. Adi Vriddhi it's called. Adi Vriddhi. Like Janakasya apatyam Stri, Janaka's daughter. That are the first swara of the word. First swara of the word. What is the first swara of Pruthu? Swara means what? This one. Vowel. Vowel.
Yeah.
The first vowel of the word Pruthu is no. R. A I E U R. Pr.
How can it be the first vowel? Pra, right?
Plus R.
Huh?
P plus R.
What is the first vowel in the Sanskrit word Pruthu? That is the question. How many vowels are there in the word Pruthu?
Two.
According to you, it is two.
Huh?
No, according to you, it is three.
No.
P, Pa, A, R.
Just the vowels. Just the vowels. Take the consonants out. Pa is a consonant. Take it out. Okay, only the vowels. Two vowels.
Two.
Two vowels. Okay.
U.
R and U. There are only two vowels. There is no akara there. Okay. Pakara plus rkara plus thakara and ukara or akara in the case of Kunti. All right. In Janaka, Janakaha. So there are three vowels. All three are akaras. Three vowels, right? Now the rule says, Panini's rule is like this. It is when you want to produce a name, give a name for whether you give a name or not, this is what will happen. For the child of a person whose name is whatever name you give, you can derive the name by saying, take the first vowel. Take the first vowel. In the case of Prutu, the first vowel is R as in Rishi, R. And that is Adi. Then Vriddhi. Convert it into a Vriddhi letter. Vriddhi is a technical term, which means, in this case, R will become R, R, R. And in the case of, and therefore, Par becomes Par, Par. Pru becomes Par. And then everything else remains the same. Partha. It can be Partha because Partha becomes Srilingam. And so Partha is a name for any son of Prithu or Pritha. Any son, anybody's son. That is why Janaka's daughter will become Janaki, or Janaka's son would be called Janakaha. Okay, Janakaha. Now, therefore, Dasharatha's son must be called what? The A is the first vowel, akara. It has to be made into a vriddhi, adi vriddhi, da. Da. Da will become da. Therefore, dasharataha. There's another rule that says you when there is a all becomes all like that, you must bring an e at the end. Dasharathi. Therefore, Rama is called Dasharathi. Lakshmana is called Dasharathi. Like that, some Sanskrit rules are.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ.
When Nityananda Misra, a Sanskrit scholar, has just released a book called Sunama Sarit, containing 10,000 names.
Okay.
Just information.
Oh, 10,000 names.
Yeah,
10,000 Sanskrit names.
Sanskrit names that can be used to name your gods.
Oh,
Yeah, he constantly keeps writing about how people misuse Sanskrit names
Yeah.
for their children. And it contains a totally contrary meaning to from what they expect.
Like that, you say that Nisha cannot be something you said last week or something, no? Sometime back.
yeah, Vijay, go ahead.
Guruji, I was just wondering, you said Sakshi, right? The Purusha or Atma. Is it not beyond the Sakshi? Like, Sakshi also means someone who can witness, right? Or the witness itself.
Right.
But at some point, yeah, we would probably think it's not even Sakshi, no?
Yeah, Nirgunam Brahma is Asakshi. But sometimes the word Sakshi will be used for Brahma also. Because consciousness, if you say, conscious of, it has the ability to provide the capacity to be conscious of. Therefore, Sakshitvam is given by Brahma. Brahma itself cannot have Sakshitvam. Because Tvam means quality, attribute. Any Tvam is a guna, indicative of a guna. Therefore, our Shastram, our commentators are little careful when they write. Even by chance, they will try to avoid putting a Tvam when describing Brahma, Atma, etc.
And Ahankara, is it also not like a thought only? Though we say binding and glue and all that, but it's also a kind of a thought only, right?
Yeah, so Ahankara is a thought, but a very, very, very important thought. That you don't consciously bring in when we wake up from sleep. A lot of thoughts are coming. Gradually, they're coming. Gradually. Okay, I have a class at 6:30. Thought has come. Last thought has come. Then certain activities are there. You do all that. Those many thoughts are come. So far, you have not thought through a lot of other things that you have to do. Let's first finish the class. So all these thoughts are coming. But never, never. These are all willfully coming, acknowledged, coming, acknowledged, coming, acknowledged. But ahankara is a thought that is the first thought that comes, going by your definition that ahankara is thought, but you don't acknowledge the thought. You don't say, oh, I have come now. But if you say, okay, I am aware now. I am aware now. I'm becoming aware of a lot of things. I'm now aware of my body. We never say that. I'm now aware of my body. I know who I am now. I know where I live. I know, I got it. It's like that. If you say, that's the ahankara thought. You're describing ahankara at that point. But we never do that. We do everything except that. We do everything, we articulate everything except that. Therefore, this ahankara guy is a very special guy. Special guy. If I knew ahankara, then I will make a fool of ahankara. Very easy. But ahankara doesn't allow that. But if I begin to understand ahankara, it's also a thought. That's a huge step up, correct? It's a huge step up. It's also a thought. Because even that thought was not, how do you know it's always also a thought? Because that thought also was not there in deep sleep. Deep sleep, I was unaware of myself. Who am I? What am I? Am I poor? Am I rich? Am I accomplished? I'm this, that, I'm educated. Nothing. Zero. Ahankara, that's because ahankara did not exist. No claiming person. Ahankara is the claiming entity. Nothing to claim. And therefore, then where did it come from? It didn't come. It was always there, really. Something that did not exist cannot come. Okay, it was just unmanifest. And so it came out, manifested. It's a thought, but generally, I don't see Shastrams referring to Ahankara as a thought. Because he's such an important guy that you simply don't say, oh, it's a thought. You can't do that. It's a very, very important thought. And that thought governs my entire life. And
But
so,
most of the other thoughts, we can probably understand it or think of it as a thought by buddhi, right? Meaning, I don't know, buddhi is what can decide or make us understand certain things that, okay, this is a thought. We can gain some kind of understanding, but ahankara is beyond that also, right? Even buddhi cannot make us realize that ahankara is a thought.
correct. Yeah. It requires a pramanam for that. It requires exposure to the Shastram for us. Only Shastram can say, have you thought about this? Right? Yeah.
Dhanyawad.
As I said some time back, one of the four heads of Brahma, that is what is first born when you get up.
Oh,
That's right.
okay. And what are the other heads?
See, that's why I told you, that four things of chitta, ahankara, memory, manas, chitta, ahankara, memory, that way.
Oh, that day you sent me a message. This is what you were talking. Oh,
So that can be connected. Because as soon as you get up, you get the ahankara.
okay. I've not seen that description before. Yeah, I suppose.
So the meaning of that is it actually the Chidabhasa identifies with the Ahankara and transmits to the body. So, I mean, that's the firstborn, and then the Chetana of the body, because it's from the firstborn, which is Ahankara. Because it is said that we get the Chetana for this entire body is from that point when we get up, which is Chetana of the Ahankara. Because the reflected consciousness of Chidabhasa identifies with the Ahankara. That's the relation between them. That's correct.
Yeah.
Technically speaking.
Yeah, Meera Narayan.
Guruji, I was just trying to understand with respect to Ratha Kalpana. This is something where Ratha Kalpana is like Jivatma, the traveler, is referred to the Ahankara, because there is no separation between the traveler and the Ahankara. The guy who thinks I'm traveling, that is Ahankara.
Yeah, so that's a good observation. So who is the Ahankara in the Ratha Kalpana? That is the question, right? Is there an Ahankara? So,
Who thinks who is traveling?
right. So, Bhoktetyahur Manishinaha. Okay. Bhokta Atmendriya Manoyuktam Bhoktetyahur Manishinaha. I am the owner of this body. I am the enjoyer of this body. I am the user of all the sense organs. I am the guy who is the master. And so that's one way to look at it. But that is the one that is referred to as Bhokta in that mantra, Bhokta. So you can say Bhokta is Ahankara. Because if you ask Ahankara, who is enjoying? My body, poor body is enjoying. I'm doing all the work, but body is enjoying. Hey, nobody says that. I'm struggling so much. Body doesn't even know, doesn't even acknowledge all this. Nobody says that. I worked hard and I'm enjoying the fruits of my labor. So I think Bhokta is equal to Ahankara. I never thought of it like that, but now that you asked me, I feel Bhokta is equal to Ahankara.
Jivatma.
Huh?
Jivatma.
But I also was thinking, as it gets subtler and subtler, it is like Vak and Artha, is it not? The Jivatma and the Ahankara also is something which doesn't have a boundary to segregate, because I feel there's nothing to explain much about. Because it is like Vak and Artha. Where do you even separate it?
Separating what and what now?
Like when you get subtler, you feel the boundaries cannot be distinct, because you just cannot think of a word which is not meaningful. Even if you say some word, it at least there is no meaning to it. That itself is the meaning.
Yeah, so the good thing is when we say that, we are implying that what is the boundary between Satyam and Mithya? What's the boundary?
I feel that there is no. It's very difficult, because you cannot distinctly say this is Satya and this is Mithya. I don't think it is possible, just like Vak and Artha.
What is the boundary between pot and clay?
No.
There are two things are there, pot and clay. Okay, if two things are there, you must tell me where is clay, where is pot. You have to separate the two. And
So I was just trying to figure out, does Ahankara exist at all? Because I don't know.
No, the fact that you're asking, who is asking the question?
Yeah, that's what. That's
Is it the
a
Atma or the
questionable
Ahankara?
thing. That's a questionable thing.
So that is why we say, if Ahankara is afraid of only one thing, what is that one thing?
questions.
Correct, correct. It's Vicharam na sahate. This is the word that is used by Shankaracharya. Vicharam na sahate. It can't stand this scrutiny, inquiry, investigation. It can't stand, it seems. The minute you ask, who am I? Ankara is just waiting to just bash you up somehow. Enough. Just because so many things for you to do. Go do that. What is this? Who am I business?
So, Guruji, so basic difference is, okay, we as seekers, we believe Atma, whereas all others might believe Ahankara, right?
So, correct. So, what Vijay is saying is a very important thing. Believe means there is an Atma underlying the Ahankara. That is what you mean. Correct. Others don't have that responsibility. That burden is not there. The burden is not there. Hey, God will take care of me. Then what's the problem? That's also reasonable. Many people think that is the most reasonable thing. And so, correct. That is what differentiates all other matas from this Advaita mata.
The moment you say God will take care of me, automatically you're talking of Dvaita.
Correct. Dvaita is accepted as Paramarthikam.
But they might not think it is Dvaitam.
Huh?
We think it is Dvaitam. For them, maybe that's the only thing.
I was also thinking, Guruji, even bhakti, they are not suffering. They just think whatever comes to them is in the name of God. They just think that is acceptable. So I think they are also happy.
No, we don't say bhakti people are unhappy. Did you ever say that? Go back to my videos and say all these unhappy bhakti people. I didn't say all. Why will I say that? We accept everybody, we embrace everybody. In fact, we learn from the people who are bhaktas. We learn. There's so much to learn from them. We are only saying that, hey, wherever you're going, it's not nityam. You'll be happy in heaven. I want you to be happy. In fact, I'm not jealous of you at all. I want you to be happy when you go to heaven. But this is all nityam or anityam. And I can't accept it as nityam. That happiness is okay. I also want that happiness, no doubt. But that will not give you Shashvatam is not there.
But there are even bhaktas like Kunti who says, give me as much as sorrows as possible. I am okay with it. She's not even asking for heaven.
So that she can always think of God.
So that is also, that is the highest form of bhakti, I thought.
That's a praise. That's a stuti vakya. It's not a jnana vakya. Stuti, it's the praise of Krishna. It's a praise of Krishna. Hey, you are so important to me. You are the source of joy in life. And so, may I not forget that. Make me not forget it. So, stuti it is. We have to understand stuti versus, this mula vakyas. It is like saying, may I be born as a grass under your feet. That is the best life. That's beautiful. It's a very poetic way of saying that, I want me to be enveloped by you. I want to see you everywhere.
As a grass in Vrindavan.
As a grass in Vrindavan. Correct. Just a blade of grass. I'm happy with that. So it's a way of saying. But we can't take it literally. See, this is not meant to be. Even she would not have meant us to take it literally. We should know where to take things literally. Where should we should. The beautiful expression of bhakti. I wish I can be a tail in the feather of that. I mean, a hair in the feather of that peacock. It's so happy. And it's not an ordinary peacock. Murugan is there. Subramanya Swami is right there. So I can be always with Subramanya Swami. I can say that. It's a beautiful expression of bhakti. Very beautiful. If one is writing a poem, they can write that. Just came to me. I saw there's a peacock right there. So I was looking at that. Good. That's perfect expression of bhakti. Because that bhakti we need. We need that bhakti.
So
Bhakti should make us ask the questions.
So it's like that is also Ekatvena Bahuda Vishwato Mohaka. It is not still the knowledge of.
If you take it literally, then it's not knowledge. Take it literally, it's not knowledge.
Dhanyavada, Guruji.
Yeah. Vaidya. Vaidya's brother has written a lot of dohas and poems. We should ask him about that. Okay, he's a very creative writer. He's written books and all that. But besides that, Vaidya, tell us. I've not seen that book. I know he mentioned it some time ago, but I never saw that book.
That book is called Bhakta Vijayam. Bhakta Vijaya. It's a translation of the Bhakta Vijayam of Mahipati.
Oh,
There was some old book. In Tamil, it was Bhakta Vijayam. They used to read daily in the home, one part in the afternoon.
Correct. So,
house.
So Ramuji, the original work is in Marathi, actually.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah, so written by Mahipati. And so in this, as you know, in Tanjavur used to be a Maratha kingdom at one time, right? It was Shivaji's, stepbrothers, Vamsham used to rule Tanjavur. And so in the Tanjavur palace, there were a lot of these Tanjavur paintings depicting the Bhakti saints from the Bhakta Vijayam. So when my brother was studying with Puja Swamiji in Anekati, he took some time to, one of Swamiji's other disciples had taken photographs of all those paintings in the Saraswati Mahal Palace in Tanjavur. So then my brother Krishnan compiled them in the form of a book, and then he wrote about each of the Bhakti movement saints. And then he has some dohas also, like Jai Kumarji said. So that book has been published by Arsha Vidya books and publications. So the book is called Bhakta Vijaya.
We had a physical book in our home, old, this much book, thick. We used to keep in a stand and read it in the afternoon. Old people in the village, in Tamil.
Right. Yeah, my grandmother also had that book.
Like Papa, it broke away. Somewhere, Bhakta Vijayam.
Yeah.
My childhood.
So this you can think of it as a modern version.
Yeah, which has pictures.
It has the pictures on one side. Sorry, Jai Kumarji.
Which has pictures probably and names of saints and things like that.
Yeah. So it is on left side, it has the Tanjavur painting. And then the right side, he has a one-page description of the story depicted in the painting, along with some background of the saint.
Yeah.
And many of these paintings are wonderfully descriptive. They actually tell the whole story or an important incident in the name of in the life of a saint.
Correct. Very good. Bhakta Vijayam. I'll look it up. I'll order that book.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. And then the reason I chimed in was you asked what is the separation between Mithya. So I remember one time Puja Swamiji said that in a Satsang that wherever there is Mithya, there is Satyam also. So he said it's a wrong understanding of our Shastram. It's a Mithya hai, like that. You should not say like that.
To child, they simply joke. What is the distance between Satyam and Mithya? They say it is 4 fingers. It is, what you see is truth, what you hear is untruth.
Sorry, I did not follow Ramuji.
See, the distance between Satyam and Mithya is only 4 fingers. What you see is truth. What you hear is untruth. Like this. So that's what they say. Jokingly they say.
Distance between the eye and the ear.
Eye and the ear.
Good. So we will pause with that. It's already 8:40 here. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantaraya Amrita Kalashahastaya Sarvamaya Vinashanaya Trilokyanathaya Shri Mahavishnave Namaha.